Good morning and welcome to Fort Fun Friday Facts, better known as Mark and Brandy Aspinall with Live in Colorado Elite, Berkshire Hathaway, Colorado Real Estate, bringing you today's facts, fun,
and weird news.
Yeah. And a good real estate tip that you guys should actually listen to today.
Yeah, so stick around. We'll have that in the middle. And then obviously you need to hear the news. So.
Hear the news. But the fact that we want to bring you today, which is super, super exciting, is I don't know if you've tried Bojo's Pizza before, but
who hasn't?
Who hasn't in Colorado? If you haven't, because you're just new to Colorado, they have 5 locations. Bojo's Pizza is like Colorado's pie. It is the pizza to try. And make sure you ask for honey. Well, they'll just bring it out for your crust because that's just the thing you do. It might sound weird. But now our 9-year-old requests honey every time she has pizza.
For any pizza.
No matter what.
Store-bought stuff. I want honey.
I want honey. However, it is their 50-year anniversary this year. So they are celebrating a couple things, and it's pretty exciting. As far as their 50 years, not only, but it is now actually employee-owned as well.
Oh, cool.
So there's a lot of culture, a lot of heart, a lot of love and dedication that goes into their craft as well. And it's delicious. It is delicious.
So is it at all locations are doing a 50th anniversary thing? Or is it?
Yep,
okay?
It is across all 5 locations. So with that, I might have stated that wrong. It's not the first time. I think it's really online. All the locations are participating.
Okay.
However, they're participating in a single location to do a 50-year gold rush celebration scavenger hunt for gold.
All right.
So here it is. It is exciting. So if you don't know the story of why Bojo's became, because in the gold rush of the 1950s, 1960s up in Idaho Springs, it became very popular. There was also a lot of fur trading going on during that time. And so it was just a little booming city. Well, there was a gentleman named Pete Zapai. And that was his name.
It's a joke, right?
No. And so when that was stated and when they would say it together, it would sound like what?
Pizza pie.
Pizza pie. Yeah. And so he decided to leave the fur trade and start this pizza business that has now bloomed and blossomed into Bojo's Pizza. Now, with that, since he was a fur trader and because of the gold rush, and that's why it became such a popular destination eatery, they have decided to celebrate this 50 years with this scavenger hunt. So if you go online and you can sign up for it, but they are going to be posting little clues in and around Idaho Springs on where to go. So it could be a weekend thing. It's going to kind of go through the month of May though. So you can, take your trips up to Idaho Springs, visit Bojo's Pizza in Idaho Springs, and search for these little clues. They have hidden a nugget of gold, which is supposed to be equated to about $2,000. So it is literally a scavenger hunt for gold in one of the original gold rushes here in Colorado.
Go find that booty.
Go find that. It's going to be fun. And yeah, they're going to be glad to welcome you. There's one here in Fort Collins. There's one in Inglewood.
Let's say,
yeah, Inglewood.
Colorado Boulevard.
It's okay. Inglewood. If you just haven't tried Bojo's Pizza, just do it.
It's worth it.
Treat
So
yourself, even if you're not doing the scavenger hunt. So that is the Fort Fun Friday fact for today. To have some fun in May, go hunt for gold.
And go enjoy Idaho Springs. It's a great town. If you haven't spent any time there, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you got to do it.
It's exciting. All right. So that is the fact. Do it. Have fun. Yeah. Especially with this weather coming in. It's beautiful.
Well, speaking of the weather, and it is May already, and summer is just around the corner, that means it's time for your property taxes to come in the mail.
And you might need to hunt for this gold. to get some tax money here.
So Colorado in general, we have enjoyed one of the lower tax rates in the country, quite honestly. You know, we help a lot of people move here from other different states and move out to different states. And sometimes it's kind of shocking on how much they pay in property taxes. So, you know, we've enjoyed a pretty low property tax rate as of, you know, for most of our history, and that is starting to increase a little bit. So a couple things come into play. One, obviously we had our extremely hot market from, you know, COVID up to this kind of past about a year ago. And, you know, we're still a hot market, but things aren't going as massively crazy price point wise as they were those last couple of years. The other side of that is the Gallagher Amendment was repealed the last voting time around, and that was something in place that helped keep all of our property taxes down. So that very well could play a portion in seeing property taxes go on the increase.
Yeah, so in the mail, you will probably be getting a notification of your tax assessment and what that looks like. All tax assessment happens every odd year. So it's this year, and then you won't see it again until 2025. When you get that assessment, it's just going to state what the assessment will be. You won't know possibly how much money that entails, but if you are looking around your house and you're like, this does not equate. I should not be at this valuation. What is happening and why are my taxes increasing? You know, Denver, we heard, you know, the property valuations jumped 35%. Here, we were averaging 15 to 25. So it just depends on what area you're in. And when we say market, that can be neighborhood specific.
Yeah.
So when you get that assessment and you possibly don't agree with what that assessment states, there's some steps you can take, and we can help you actually appeal that assessment.
Yeah, step one is just find that mailer that you may have already received or going to receive it very shortly here. You should have already received it, more than likely. However, it's going to have that assessed value on that and say something like, this is not actually, you know, do not pay your property taxes right now because those get paid usually split up in February and August of every year, or just in the middle of the year. But yeah, so take a look at that assessment. Take note of every deficiency in your house that you see that may come into play when figuring out the value of your home.
And then what you're going to want to do after you get your initial assessment yourself is you're going to want to pull comparables. Now, here's the kicker. You cannot just use comparables like we would normally do when listing a property. You have to go back 2 years because the assessor's office will go 2 years back, not the average 6 months that an appraiser would do. So with that, you need a resource and you might need help. And we are here to help you. We are here to get those comparables, look at the process, what is happening. And then once you go in and you're like, yeah, this is not right, you can file your appeal to that and just say, this is not right and this is why. And then the assessor's office, once it goes to the county and once it gets through the process, they will send you back information on how they came up with their valuation. And then you can do that comparing and move forward from there. But these are the basic steps to get you started to possibly save you on some tax money. We've had a few people that we've helped in the past.
Yeah, we've had experience with this, but there is a deadline. So for Larimer County, I believe it's June 8th is a deadline. For Weld County, June 15th you actually have through the 30th to appeal those. So make sure that you're on the lookout for it, and then reach out as soon as possible if you feel like it's undervalued or overvalued for what you're living in. And even if you're not sure, if we haven't already sent you a valuation form, it's always a good idea. It's something we like to do at least once a year, sometimes twice a year, of just keeping you up to date on where your home value currently sits.
Yeah. So reach out to us. Let's attempt to save you some money here and keep you in that home that you love for future tax purposes.
There you go.
Woo woo. So we're only stating this again because it's very, very good to assess that and protect your investment when it comes to your home.
Yeah.
So, good morning, my dad. How are ya? Okay, moving on. So, this is exciting because this is the time that I don't even know what's happening. Mark brings the news, and it's usually weird and quirky, so it is time for
the news.
The news.
So again, with May being here, it's obviously time for the release of something we're all ready for and experiencing. Yes, yesterday was May the 4th. So May the 4th have been with you. Hopefully you wasted some time with Star Wars something. If not, hey, that's fine. But the other thing that happens in May that we all know about is Uber releases their annual list of lost and found items. Yeah, I know you've all been waiting for this. This is better than Christmas.
So on this Cinco de Mayo, here you go.
On this Cinco de Mayo, that's right, it's Cinco de Mayo.
Yay, we get lost and found items.
So I'm just going to go on a Cinco de Mayo trail, and I'm back. So for lost and found items in Ubers, the most commonly left and forgotten items this past year were items of clothing, phones, bags, wallets, headphones, jewelry, keys, books, laptops, and watches. Laptop's a little big, but I get it if you have a lot of stuff and you're carrying and can be lost fairly easily. I shouldn't really talk. I lost my laptop for 3 hours in the garage.
Well,
why it was in the garage?
Well, you lost it for 3 hours. We searched everywhere in the house. And
searched everywhere for 3 hours.
For 3 hours, and then found it
in the garage.
In the garage. We don't know why it was in the garage.
I have an idea why it was in the garage, but I'm not going to get into that. Those are details.
The good thing is we didn't freak out. We didn't get angry. We just kept searching because we knew it was here.
I also didn't get a lot of work done during those 3 hours because I was looking for my laptop. So some of the most unusual items found that it left behind in the Uber was a fog machine, an ankle monitor. Sure, that was accidentally left behind. A unicycle, 16 ounces of fake blood, a Danny DeVito Christmas ornament, a fake tooth, a pin depicting Jesus holding a slice of pizza, a lightsaber, a mannequin head wig, a mannequin. There we go.
Fake teeth were big.
Apparently fake teeth were big because there's another. And then a single Gucci loafer.
Wow.
Apparently you lost a single shoe. So that,
That actually is kind of funny.
Yeah.
You could see that.
The index also revealed that a number of pets were forgotten.
Pets?
Pets.
How do you forget your pets?
A toy poodle, hamsters, and a pair of turtles.
How?
No idea. It's got to be a New York thing where nobody drives and they just take Ubers. But still, you have your pair of turtles. How do you forget your pair of turtles?
How do you forget your pair of turtles?
I don't know. Or the toy poodle. Those yappers?
I don't know.
Anyway, one unusual report was actually filed for a lost and found item, and this person said. My self-respect mostly was lost in an Uber. So there you have it. The most forgetful cities, because I know you're all wondering, are Jacksonville, Florida. Surprise, surprise with spring break.
Yep.
San Antonio, which is a little, I don't know. Palm Springs, California. Okay. Houston. Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City? What are you doing forgetting stuff in your Ubers? Anyway, Miami. Atlanta, Indianapolis, Kansas City, which Kansas City's forgetful because they forgot that not that long ago they were terrible at football and the Broncos beat them every single year, and we will get back to that someday. And then St. Louis. Oh, sorry, it was Kansas City, Kansas. The real Kansas City, not the fake Kansas City, Missouri. Yep, I said it. You're welcome. Anyway, those are items lost and then found on Uber throughout the country. You are welcome, America.
A pair of turtles.
A pair of turtles. I mean, the one Gucci shoe, like you don't notice. I mean, how blackout stumbling are you to have your expensive shoes on and step out with one expensive shoe and not the other?
Yeah. Well, here's what I'm thinking. If it was it a loafer, or was it like a shoe, or was it a heel? Because if it was heels,
you take it off because it hurts.
Take it off because it hurts.
Gucci loafer. So this
it was
this
a loafer.
person has no excuse.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
because
they're not
you know,
stilettos.
as a female, if you're going to, and then the heels hurt, you take them off, and then you have your flip flops that you put on.
Right. Yeah, no, I can see that totally. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Moving on.
There you go. Next time you're in an Uber, don't leave your pets, your turtles, your watches, your laptops,
or your fake teeth,
or your self-respect. That's all for us for Fort Fun Friday Facts, better known as Mark and Brady Aspel, Living Colorado Elite Team with Berkshire Hathaway Colorado Real Estate, wishing you the most amazing weekend ever.
Sunscreen here in Colorado. Sunscreen
in Colorado.
And water.
Yep.
This weekend.
Yep.
We're starting into the sort of pseudo summer months. I can't really say that because we might have snow next week.
We were headed out to a concert last night, and about 5 o'clock at in the evening, so sun is definitely still out, and we're spraying on some sunscreen. My bald head doesn't take much, and some people got out next to us and went, "I don't know if you're really going to need that much sunscreen." They just moved here. I'm sure they found out.
Yeah. Yep.
Doesn't take much.
It doesn't take much. We're like, "Do you want some?" "No, we're good." Yeah, they just moved here from another state.
From Alaska.
And
the place with no sun should probably listen to people with the place from the sun.
yeah, because it was brutal
it was
for
rough.
like 2 hours.
For 2 hours. Anyway.
Okay.
We will see you Monday for Monday Morning Mindset.
Better known as.
Have a great weekend.